Alright, welcome back everybody to Top Individuals.
Perfect, I love it.
Oh boys, thank you everyone for tuning in to this week's podcast. Alright,
Fucking oath, mate. Look at that 8 viewers from the get-go.
we're popping off.
Happy to have everyone here.
We appreciate the support, guys. It means a lot. It's very good.
Fashionably late, but we're all fashionable in this fucking podcast, so it doesn't have much
Yeah.
weight to it, does it?
That's why we're top individuals, mate.
That's it.
Intended for
Unreal.
mature audiences. Love it. Love
Better
it.
take this off actually. Now we've got a few things planned today. A couple things we want to investigate, a few topics we want to cover. We also do have a special guest today who we will have joining us very shortly. So I guess we'll cover real quickly just the usual topic and get it out of the way. Matzo?
I refer to our correspondent on that one.
Now, if you don't know, we're a professional leading podcast in tomatoes as well. And we like to
One of the only ones.
Yeah, one of the only podcasts, and that's why we're so proactive about it.
Actually,
and,
the only.
Probably.
We are the
yes.
top and also the worst performing.
Number one in agriculture.
He's making jokes about it, but the truth is, tomatoes are still in season, and they will still be for a little bit longer.
You heard it here, guys. Tomatoes are still in season.
Yeah.
Now, for those who are invested in my local plant that I have in my front yard, it is still there. It is still generating tomatoes.
Invested, but thanks for reminding us.
I'm invested. As far as it goes, it is a little bit sick. It is starting to die, so it's a little bit sad.
Pissing on it or something.
I don't know. I think we've got a cat in our front yard visits us quite often, so that's probably taking a piss all over it. But otherwise, it's good. So yes, tomatoes are in season. But yeah, anything else we want to quickly cover before our guest joins us?
Yes, unless he's also a part of it. Our poison of choice, mate, for the night.
He is a part of it.
I think he is.
Happy to
So
wait for our friend to join then.
we're gonna have to have him join us.
Yeah. We'll run him in. Yeah.
We'll run him in. All right,
bring him
beautiful. Give me 2 seconds, boys.
Just don't bring in the wrong person there. Bring in the other person. Be hilarious. But they can't go off on YouTube.
All right, I'll move him from the lobby. Alrighty, here he comes. All right,
Yeah,
you are on air, mate.
Hello there, boys.
Hello, mate. Might need to turn your camera on there, mate, so we can see you.
Right.
There he is.
Oh, here he is.
Beautiful.
There he is. Alrighty, guys.
Dashing. I feel like I'm in a lecture right now, but otherwise.
All right, with us today we have Dr. Dale Wines, who may or may not be an actual doctor.
Well, officially, from what I can tell, he's a doctor.
I mean, he's got the look.
You can tell by the gaming chair.
All
doctors have them. All doctors have them.
They're comfy.
Exactly.
Oh, good.
So Dale here is one half of a podcast called Brain of Man.
Very lucrative podcast, if I might say.
Very
I
lucrative.
wish it was.
Very
It
good.
actually it performed pretty well. You made it sound like you had 100 of episodes and it was like only getting the views it has now. It has 8 and it was just launched.
It did take off a little bit there. Unfortunately, we haven't continued with that as yet.
Hiatus, yeah.
No better time than now, mate.
We really enjoyed making that podcast. It was quite good. Some good feedback. We got some good responses from some of our listeners. Some genuine, heartfelt responses. It was good.
Yeah, so it was called Brain of Man. Did you just want to explain what it was all about?
Yeah, of course. So it was done with me and my best friend Mark. Known him for probably 10 years, and we figured that there wasn't many platforms out there for men to talk about their mental health, and it's not really normalized for men to talk about their feelings. Considered a little bit, I guess, pansy in a way sometimes, not masculine.
Don't know what you're talking about.
So we
Feelings?
so
What's
we
that?
wanted to try we wanted to try and normalize that. We wanted to make it more of a normal thing to talk about how your mental health sometimes isn't the best.
Right.
rather than option B, which seems to be the most common option, just exit the world,
Yeah.
which is a bit sad.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty admirable podcast. So if anyone, even if you're not a man, like just as women, just trying to, I guess,
It's a good
get an
insight
idea.
for
Yeah,
women.
it's a good idea to get some insight. I mean, like it's a good podcast just to, I guess, lift your spirits in that way and get your sort of head around your head, really. So.
We do actually have a few female listeners that listen for that exact reason.
Yeah,
so.
see? So, it's good. So, moving on to the next topic. Drink of choice. Drink of choice?
Yes.
Drink of choice.
Do we normally go clockwise here? How does this work?
You're the guest, mate. You go first.
Yeah,
What do you got?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm drinking red.
Ooh.
It's a standard, probably
Drinking while you're making homework as well, mate.
$19 bottle of red.
Does that say vegan? Vegan friendly?
It does say vegan friendly. You are correct. That's a very thin eye. Right there on the bottom. It's back to front potentially there, but vegan
gorgeous.
friendly.
Interesting choice. Interesting choice.
Very nice.
Which is very up and hippity hop these days, the vegan community.
Mm-hmm.
Vegan friendly sounds like such a weird term to use because I'm vegan friendly. I like
I'm
vegan.
not
So I got
sure.
nothing against them. I'm definitely not vegan.
From what
How much value to it, I have friends that are vegans. I like them.
I'm nothing but hostile.
I got nothing against them. I'm vegan.
Well, you
vegan
wouldn't,
hostile.
You wouldn't think there's much meat in a wine, but I think what it is they use fish bits in wine.
Oh.
I may be completely incorrect there, but that's
Fish bits.
yeah, it could be that could be one of those.
Let me
you
look
hear
this one up real quick. Why is
Normally
wine?
it's some sort of preservatives or colouring they add
And
to it.
generally
normally.
specific, and some sort of like gelatin potentially.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
some weird shit. Yeah, always weird shit.
Ah. Okay, so apparently
What about
there's some fining agents like milk and egg whites. Sometimes
Well,
gelatin.
nothing to do with fish
And
bits then.
oh,
really?
fish bladder protein.
There you go.
Oh.
Ah,
He
so he's
knows
right.
it.
Well, that counts
He
as
knows
a
his
wine.
wine. He
Fish.
knows his wine. Very good.
Hello,
Very good.
Jake. What about you, mate? What are you drinking there? What are you
I
sipping
am.
back?
I am gonna open up. What am I having? I haven't had this before. Smirnoff Seltzer, raspberry rose vodka and sparkling water. Haven't had it before, but I just grabbed it because didn't have the fruit beers I wanted, which is a shame.
I like that.
0 calories.
Recommended.
No, 0 calories. 0 sugar, 70 calories. I was like,
Fruit
let's give it a
beers,
shot.
huh? Who would drink that
Smells
shit?
nice. Smells nice.
Recommended by 9 out of 10 muscly men.
Alex,
Yeah, look, I'm on the fruit beers.
Colour fruit beers.
I'm jealous.
I just want
That's
to
right
point
now.
out, for a man that comes off of mental health for men, and we're all out here drinking alcohol in a safe environment, maybe.
In moderation, correct.
In moderation. I mean, it's look, as long as you're sensible with your alcohol and you know how to
Well, to be
handle
fair,
it.
I'm drinking water, but
There you go. See? But that's the thing,
That's what you always
alcohol's a bit of a weird one where for some people it's really, it does not have good effects on them. For me, it's fucking phenomenal, so I drink all the time.
yeah, you just become very loud.
Nah, definitely not. Nah, it's not good. But
It's fine. I'm just a bad person when I'm drunk.
mm.
I'm just switched on.
So,
What number episode are we up to here with your beautiful podcast?
number 4. This is number 4. Number 4.
Baby.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'd
So
say 3, but
no, we had our 3rd last week, and that was actually a really fun week last week. We actually discussed if tomatoes were in season, so that was quite interesting.
It's always a good one.
Eh,
We got a senior correspondent.
boxing children.
we did discuss how many children you could beat up. So that was quite good. Dale, how many do you reckon you could
Using
beat
what?
up? How many children? do you reckon you
like
could beat up?
we could beat up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a
12-year-olds or 8-year-olds?
I'm a classic lover, not a fighter, man. I'll probably
8-year-olds.
run away.
Doesn't matter, mate. Just,
So,
No, but-
talking of which, can I tell you a story about me walking to the uni today?
Yeah, go on.
Absolutely.
So Uni Adelaide, right out the front there's generally a few of our first population. What do they call it? Indigenous people that group up and have a
Yeah.
what do they call it? Not the first. I don't know. I can't remember. You know what I'm trying to say?
First
First Nations.
Australians.
Indigenous
Nations.
Australians?
Yeah.
Is that the word you're looking for?
Australians, yeah.
Yeah, Indigenous Australian First Nations.
Mhm.
There was a group there having some
First
drinks. I'm just walking-
custodians of the land, is that
First
the one?
custodians,
Yeah.
traditional custodians.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm walking along, and this one guy said I'd be out, and he straight up called me a faggot. And what are my
Wow.
sunglasses? Went to
Jesus.
go grab them, and I didn't really know what to say, so I told him don't touch me and kept walking.
Really?
That was my story.
Oh my god.
Well, it's good to know that we've removed bigotry from our universities in their entirety. And that
Yeah, what are you talking about? It was out the
front.
front. It doesn't count.
It was at the front.
Yeah, it's at the front. At the front.
You say whatever you want on the sidewalk, as long as it's not in
Yeah.
the university.
Maybe you're giving him a weird look, maybe.
Maybe I was. I did. As I was walking up, I'm like, oh, here we go. Probably something's going to happen.
You are a
I'm like, well, that's
good-looking
not the right way
individual,
to think.
so...
Yeah,
That's not the right way to think, but then it happens. So
it does.
Hmm.
Oh, boy.
You're just
unfortunately, I don't
scrolling
think-
past the uni, wine in your hand, just winking at him. He was like,
Oh shit!
Dr.
Yeah, I was a bit
Dale.
rattled by that. I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
today, but I
so
will.
weird.
Not ideal, mate. Not ideal.
It's never happened to me before, so count yourself lucky.
Life experiences.
That's it,
Hasn't
mate.
happened to me either.
You're
Or
just getting
has
through it.
No.
I don't think it's ever happened to me per se. I mean, I've definitely had like people like eyeing me off and yelling shit, but I usually just ignore it also.
Yeah, that's
I don't
what I try to do. But he
Yeah.
actually went to grab. my
Yeah, I know.
sunglasses.
That's like,
That's weird.
and your
We're wearing
sunglasses
some
of all
nice-
things.
And they were like
Right.
$9 cheapest chip sunglasses.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying it.
Dear.
Far out. Speaking of bigotry, it might be a good segment of something that's sort of just some new news story that's surfaced. I don't know if you're all aware, but there was a very odd tussle at the Channel 9 headquarters. I think it was this morning, or was it yesterday?
I think it might have been yesterday, and the video came out this morning,
Maybe.
like super early in the morning.
I'm not aware of this, so I'm
I'm
interested
not aware
to
of this
see.
either. Is this something we can
So
see?
yes, yeah, I'll bring it up. I won't show the whole thing because it's quite long. But essentially, I guess the general outline of it was there was a leader of or not a leader, some sort of advocate of a white supremacist group.
Okay.
He started sort of.
Isn't that Black Power? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Depends who uses it. Really.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's more this one. Oh, no, better not.
We don't have to visibly demonstrate all of it to be.
just keep drinking that wine, mate.
Oh,
You'll be
shit.
right.
I feel like that was your fault. That's why you brought that out.
So yeah, there was a white supremacist
Good number to hit.
guy who started filming in Channel 9 headquarters because they were doing a story about his organisation on a current affair or something like that. So he started filming and saying like, "These guys are cowards," blah blah blah, and it was like they're basically like the guard sort of told him to get out, and yeah, ended up in a tussle. I'll bring it up. Just give me one
Let's
second.
have a look at this thing.
Hang tight. I'll just make sure this works.
Thanks, Hudson, for coming down again. Good to have you here.
Yeah, nice to see you, Hudson. One of our #1 fans there. Absolute champion.
Up the Hutto.
All right. Let me know if you guys see this.
Hello.
What do we watch? Do we watch the Twitch? Stream? Or are we watching the...
Oh, yeah, you might have to watch it on Twitch.
Oh,
Bit delayed, yeah.
Let me know where you can see it.
I mean, I can hear it, but I can't see it.
Can you see it on Twitch or
No.
Cannot,
Oh.
sir.
what about now?
Nope.
Nothing?
You're doing a great job, Matt.
Thanks, man. Now, give me 2 secs. I'll work it out. Watch this. Hold on. Ah.
Production.
Alright.
Production.
In the meantime, let's talk about... I got
Oh, there it
nothing.
is. Yep, we got it.
Is it there?
I'm working this out.
Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties.
I reckon it's just the app. I have to boot
That's
up
why
in
we just lost
VLC
a
or
couple of
something.
viewers.
Makes a lot of sense. Everyone's just stopped viewing us now. There we go. All right, let's try this out. See if VLC is a little bit friendlier. There we go.
Surely.
Let me know if you see it. It's going to be delayed.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still not seeing anything.
I can see some tomatoes.
That's good. People are using the tomato throw thing. That's good. Has it switched out or is it just black screen?
No, it's just the normal screen, bro.
How about now?
There we go.
Does that do it?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, there
Alright.
we go.
Alright.
Current affair on the show about us being terrorists. Our organisation advocating for white people in this country as being terrorists. They've interviewed many people to discuss us, but they haven't given us a right to reply. They didn't contact us. They're not discussing with us. I've spoken to respect.
Anyway, he keeps going on like that shit for a while.
So this guy's the advocate, is he?
Yeah.
He's the leader of the National
Oh, he's
Socialist
the leader.
Network,
There you go.
Australia for the White Man.
Public opinion against
And basically, Channel 9 or Current Affair, I mean, maybe they're being a bit aggressive in their labelling or not. They just try to use the word neo-Nazi, which seems fitted, but it's, you know,
Not the technical term, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're on, you know, they attack their turf, mate, they come back. You know,
Now we've got security trying to remove us.
I'm telling you straight up.
they're labeled as an extremist group.
Get out the door.
This is the
Interesting
basic
that the
nature
guard
of how
happens
these
to
people
not be
operate. So he's putting his hands
Yeah, I know, right? How the luck. This must have been. He must have literally been like, this is going to be the worst day ever.
Yeah.
But, of course, I'm dealing with the white supremacists.
Uh,
Anyway, so they're going on for a while. They walk out, blah blah blah.
Is
Yeah.
there a fight? Is there a fight?
And then like
Let me see if,
they're getting out.
It's not really a
security
fight.
has decided to
It's more of
forcibly
like
remove
an
us
attack.
and in fact try and touch our property. He's coming out again.
I said, bro, past the adrenaline. You film past the adrenaline. I don't care what you
He's
do.
got a shaved head, look at him. Typical fucking white boy.
You go up there and film. Not yet. Alright?
Yeah, so now he's acting like
Dance, monkey, dance.
He looks good in this suit. This bloke, though.
I'm not a dance company. Watch
You
yourself.
fucking touch me.
That guard is well, yeah, he looks good. Looking like he's the next James Bond, mate.
Fucking what an asshole.
Yeah, he legit just starts shoving him and punched him.
Get away.
Well, that's exactly what they want to do. They were
Oh,
just
100%.
waiting for an excuse to hit him. They're saying stuff like dance monkey to him and shit. Just call him out in other ways. And then, you know, as soon as he even, I don't know, in a way of pushing him or pushing the camera out of the way, you know, oh, you touched my stuff, or you're assaulting me, or you're assaulting me, it goes straight into, like,
that's
the
so
other
bad.
guy starts swinging fists. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
it's a security guard. He's not trying to, like, beat the
not
shit out of
good.
you, even though he probably
Not
should.
good. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it looked like the guy attacked him first, right? The white guy. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
in terms
pretty
of
sure he
proper
did.
attack. Yeah.
I think he.
The person holding the camera appears to get closer to the security guard, saying to him, "Dance, Bucky, dance." He then tells the guard, "Don't you effing touch me before Sewell," which is the other guy. Thomas Sewell is the leader.
I think it's pronounced Sewell.
No, it's Stairwell. Thomas
Sewell?
Stairwell. Then seen suddenly attack, appearing to punch the guy multiple times to the head before knocking him to the ground. We'll say this
Yeah.
entire time, it really feels like the guard is just like thinking about his job. He's like, I cannot swing at these guys. I cannot actually
Absolutely,
like,
yeah.
fight back. It looks very defensive, very just like get up, keep sort of that perimeter more than actually like, you know, such a properly.
He didn't even want
swing
to
fist.
touch him at first. He was also, I don't want to touch you. Like, he didn't want to give him a reason, it looked like, but.
Yeah, all the civilians as well came up real quick. God,
Yeah.
hey, you can't do that. And all it took was one old white guy to step in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to risk innocent casualties.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
a couple of big boys too. They weren't small.
Oh, yeah.
oh, you could have taken him.
Oh, absolutely not.
Dr. Dale takes him
All that
down.
gym work, mate. All that gym work.
All that gym work. Yeah, I'm good at running.
Yeah, you can run into him.
But like a bowling ball, mate, it's just
Like a bowling ball.
far out. Yeah, crazy, man. I don't understand, like, those sort of people.
Yeah, there's not really a place for
It's a
that.
bit sad, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, when the fuck is that? Like, happens very rarely, that stuff.
Mm.
I don't know if it does.
Well, I mean, we don't see it
Well,
that
there
often.
is this constant
at least.
battle where they go, you know, Australia's a multicultural place, but yet like casual racism is still so
Yeah.
strong, and the fact is that most people just turn a blind eye and don't really fight against it.
That's a good point. We
And
are a
it's hard.
pretty...
Your own social circles. Your social circles are like one of your biggest. You know, you go, no, nothing's wrong, because everyone we hang out with for the most part isn't that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not, like, even if like the closest version they are racist is maybe they make one too many jokes about it, or you know they really go over the line with their jokes. I guess you know, attacking everyone and making fun of yourself in the process is one thing, but always being like it's them, it's bloody them that did this. Then there's act people who are like, no, I just want to headbutt one of them.
Yeah.
Go out to town on purpose and get as drunk as they can, so they have some excuse to start a fight.
It happens, and it's like, it makes me like, it's sad to think that I feel lucky that I'm not, you know, of a, you know, minority or anything like that, because, you know, like I'm European, whatever, like of European descent, which is not really much of a like racist thing anymore. But even like, you know, 40 years ago, like everyone would have like called me wog, you know, you fucking little wog, like, you know, stop stealing our jobs,
Greek,
sort of thing.
Little Greek freak.
Yeah.
But that's almost
still get called that just by the right people.
It's almost entrenched in our form of banter, though, as an Australian, isn't it? Because your best friends, you call them cunts.
Yeah, I mean that's
Like-
different, you know. It's sort of like, you know, everyone's like I call people cunts, like, you know, it's just like a sort of weird thing here, but it's sort of it's a weird line.
It's literally hello half the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if someone calls me a wog, like, you know, I'm not offended by it, but if they go like, "Well, you fucking wog," like, it's a totally different thing.
It depends on the intention.
Yeah, it's all about context.
Also, the different. Yeah, but we're also talking swear words, which are words that are just, you know, obscene or offensive just by their nature, versus like derogatory words. Like, these are targeted words of hate.
That's
like,
true.
That's the way they're
like,
used.
I guess like I'd feel a lot less comfortable calling a woman a cunt than I would a man a cunt.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you think about it, it's a good point. It is
They
very
can't take it any other way.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like, all right, like.
It
Maybe
doesn't
not.
sound good saying it right now.
Nah, that's the thing. It's definitely an old one.
Makes you feel dirty a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, not ideal. Nah, mate. Whisper, we have not heard the thing that happened on Facebook, but I'll be happy if you send it to me. We might have a little discussion about it.
No, I think we leave it as broad as possible. We just try
that thing was unreal. Oh my god,
I
man.
can't believe.
Ridiculous. Facebook?
I am disappointed in Facebook. Oh man.
Why? They've done it again.
They've done it again.
They stole my photos and they're using them for advertisements, bro.
I forgot my password and someone stole my account. I can't believe it. They look just like me.
They look just like me.
I know I shouldn't have clicked the link, but they told me they would give me 80% off.
I really wanted those Ray-Bans, bro.
You know, speaking of that sort of stuff, right? It hasn't happened yet for us, like this year, at least not for me personally. But I couldn't believe that last year we were still getting people writing a status saying, "Guys, don't respond to the message I just sent.
Yeah.
I got hacked, and it's just some dodgy porn link." You're like, what site were you on in 2020?
I got so many of those.
What were you doing?
I got so many of those last year where it was just like, "Oi, is this you?" And it's a porn link.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, it probably is, but why are you asking?
Have you guys been getting heaps of like spam calls lately?
Not calls. I've almost never received a spam call.
I'm getting heaps. Just
me too. Where they don't say anything. It's just
they don't say anything, but as soon as you respond, they have a automated system and be like, "Did you make a claim?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, actually, yes, I got that at work, mind you, when I picked up the telephone.
I've been getting
I think
heaps.
it's telemarketers. Not telemarketers. I think they're selling your number and confirming that it's a real number before they sell it.
That's what it normally is. That's why they say you actually have to let it ring out. Even stuff like hanging up actually just tells them that
But
you're.
sometimes you're
using
expecting a call, so you
that's
answer
what
it
I mean.
anyway.
That's the gauntlet you play.
Yeah,
It's about that person should leave a voicemail though.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then you would ring back instantly, and it's obvious. You know that person is still expecting your call.
Especially when you're applying for jobs and stuff.
Exactly.
Expecting calls. You're like, oh, well.
Yep.
To
Yep.
be fair, I got a Google phone. It's been pretty good because it'll come up with like, this is spam.
They've
like,
got the
this is a
protection,
spam
yeah.
reported number.
Apple does the same thing. Apple has suspicious number as well.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's all about what it goes through their provider.
That might be why, actually, because I haven't, like, since I've been with iPhone, I haven't got any for a while, but...
Apple are really good at blocking them out.
Yeah, it could also be that the last...
Google's really good at blocking it out.
Yeah.
Google's good doing it email-wise.
Yeah,
Google really takes into account email stuff.
Yeah, I don't get much junk on my Gmail, actually. That's a good point. But, yeah, I think it also could be the fact that, like, my last, I guess, like, what's the word? Not fake, scam. Last scam call. I had...
helpful.
I sort of string them along quite a lot, and I never got a call back after, where I actually, like, I don't know if you guys remember, like, a few years back, we had a big thing where everyone was getting sort of done with this thing where they're like, your computer's got a virus, we got to help you out and remove it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a big thing. So they got me, and I'm like, well, whatever. Like, I knew about it. And so I'm like, yeah, no worries, my computer. Which one's that? And I was just sort of trying to see how far I could get with him. And I was just going on like, yeah, oh, the computer. Yeah, no worries. You mean the thing, like that box in my office? And they're like, yes, sir. Go turn it on. I'm like, all right, no worries.
Well, I would have got excited. That was like, here we go. We got an idiot.
So I got my phone. I got my phone like this. I went to my toilet. I went like that and flushed it. I went, shh. All right, sir, it's on. And I'm like, they're going to hang up. They kept going. They thought I actually somehow turned on my computer. I don't know if they were just trying to be ignorant about it or what.
Oh, that is brilliant.
They kept going. But here's the thing. Afterwards, there was something else I said to them, and they just sort of hung up. And then while I was eating dinner, like a half hour later, I got a call. And this guy's like, I just pick it up. I'm like, oh, it's these guys again. Like, I recognize the same thing. I'm like, hey, mate, like, how are you? He's like, fuck you and your mother, you bastard bitch. I fucking hate you, you motherfucker. Yeah, he full on, he rang me back and abused me. He's like, I will get you and your family. I'm going to get you and all your stuff. So, yeah, it was pretty fucked.
I had a call for like maybe a month. I was getting random calls, but it was all completely in Chinese. That one I didn't mind too much. I just listened to it every now and again. They just hang up at different times. Recently, my mum got one. Only like last Thursday, she got one. I was in the car with her, and it was someone asking about like insurance stuff. She was like, "Oh, I don't have any like TV or anything in my house, you know." They're like, "Oh, what are you know, like furniture or whatever?" She's like, "I don't have a bed or a couch or anything. Like it's really just empty there." She was like, "Oh, what, your car?" She's like, I actually don't have a car either. I don't drive anywhere." And they're like, "All right, well, we can still do, you know, like they're talking like, oh, we can still do the final package. You know, we do like your house, you know, get insurance on the house." She's like, "I actually don't have a house. I'm homeless." And then it was just this pause because you could hear it in the car. She's got it in the car speaker. Just this dead silence. And then I was like, "Can you help me get a house?" They just hung up straight away. I was like, oh. I do remember one I had ages ago. It wasn't even a spam call. It was just some charity thing. I think I donated to once. But I rang them a few times. Every time I said no. And I kept being like, "Can you also put me off the list? Like, I'm tired of you guys calling me. I did my shit." And one person eventually they rang me, and I remember specifically, I think I was playing like Battlefield 5 at the time, and I was just shooting shit. And I was just like, "Oh, I'll put on speaker, like I'm just having a chat with them." And they were like, "Oh, do you have the time?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm actually super busy, man. Like, oh, just a minute of your time." I was like, "All right, fuck, fine, we'll go for it." And I dragged out this call for like 20 minutes. They were talking about their mission, their drive, why they do it, and how much money. And every time I'm like, "Oh, is that all it is? Just like $1 helps feed these kids?" Like, "Yeah, that's all it takes." I'm like, "That is amazing. You guys make such a difference." And around 27 minutes into the call, I'm like, got it there, you know, seeing the full timer. And he's like, "Oh, so what do you do and stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh, you know, I work in a bank." And it's just saying all this shit. He's like, "Is it good?" I'm like, "Oh, the pay's great. It's about all I care about. You know how it is, mate. You know, just like money." And just building it up and shit. And then he was just like, "Oh, you know, sorry, you looking to donate today?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Oh, you know, you don't want to do the..." I'm like, "No, you $10 one, $10 a month, just too much for me. Just don't want to do it." And then he was like, "Oh, well, you know, you can do less." I was like, "Oh, you can actually do less? That's fantastic. All right, tell me how much less is." Like, "Well, have that straight away." I'm like, that's still quite a bit. Like, that's $5 a month, man. You know, like, I'm in six figures right now at this bank job, but I don't know if I can spare the $5. You know, I like to watch anime and stuff. That comes out of it too. These kids might just be better off without me.
Yeah, these anime
And he's
DVDs
like, well,
are
we can
expensive.
just get you. Yeah, I'm buying by the DVD. And then he's like, oh, how about we just get $1 from you today, and we can set up like future arrangements. You know, see your plan when you're financially better. And I was like, oh, I'm financially great. I was like, I just don't want to do it. And he was like, why not? I'm like, I just don't really care about kids. You know, like I don't plan on having any. And then he was like, no, I think we waste each other's time. I was like, well, I had a good time.
Oh, Jesus.
That ended up being like a 35, 40-minute call.
Fuck.
He was happy to talk. It's fine.
I guess.
He's probably got KPIs that he missed that day, but that's all right.
Yeah, probably.
Just think of all those small children you could have saved. But I would have done the same thing.
Mate, I spent a year saving them. I was out there in the trenches, handing $5 a month.
Here's $5.
Take it,
Yeah, buddy.
run, kids, run.
$1.
Can you imagine?
Look at your bank statement, like, where the fuck's all this money going to? Oh, fuck, cancel that shit straight away.
I mean, it's obviously not how they do it, but can
No.
you imagine they just go to some like malnourished, just like completely off the grid tribal village, and they're just like, here's some dollar coins. And they're just looking at it like, we
Just
need
shook 'em through your
food.
fingers.
Yeah.
I feel like some of those like charity places are pretty shit anyway. Like they
Yeah.
just profit most of the money.
Well, that's
Like
the thing. This one,
10% goes to charity.
yeah, this one was one of those ones where like I did it for a little while, and then eventually I was looking up on it more, and it was one of those things where it was like such a little amount was actually going
Yeah.
for what it was.
Like I'm not professional, but even like Cancer Council, I mean, I'm sure they do some good shit, but like they have like these CEOs, I swear they're making all this money. But like, where does it come from? Like, you think most of them would be doing volunteer work? No, they're getting paid out the
No, they
arse.
get paid.
Yeah.
They definitely
Yeah,
get paid.
they get paid a lot as well. It's not like they're getting a little bit.
I think you want ones that are like a co-op. They have ones like they kind of run a bit like a credit union, so to speak, except they're a charity drive. So they actually don't have a CEO. They're pretty much just a bunch of shareholders.
Yeah.
Like a wide enough variety that no one has any say. And so all the actual money that isn't going into like R&D or going to charity goes to either R&D, marketing, and then, you know, like the employees around that, like admin and stuff. So it's like, yeah, of course, some people are paid, you know, not everyone. Most of the jobs are done volunteer though. Like if they're going out there to hand out pamphlets, that stuff is free. They're just like,
Yeah, but that's like
we
the
do pay to have some
lower level of employment.
yeah, that's just the menial labor part of it.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, if you have the time out, doesn't require a skill set, so to speak, versus if they want a good marketing campaign, if they want something to look, you know, good enough to appeal to people, then they're paying a bit more.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Well, because it takes research and market knowledge for that.
Yeah.
It's not just a matter of making something pretty is easy, but then to actually market stuff properly, that requires up-to-date research. That's a continuous thing, not just a
It's not a
graphic
one-off.
designer did this. Yeah, graphic designer did this once for free. We're keeping that for 10 years.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, you never know. I think our logo is going to stay for 10 years. So.
Well, I think our logo was pretty much designed in 2030, so it's got a good 10 years on it at a minimum.
Mhm. Yeah, I literally
Shoot,
took a few time travel like trips just to see what was going on in that year, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I might quickly design one before I head back. And I was like, yeah, sick, done.
That's
Monkey.
it. The year of the monkey.
Turns out monkeys are timeless.
2030 is not the year of the monkey.
I mean,
Yeah, mate, exactly.
if you think about it, like, monkeys were still funny in the 80s. What was that? You remember what
2030's
was that
year of
movie?
the
Every
dog.
Which Way or
I mean,
whatever?
you're saying
That was a
monkey.
monkey.
Is that a fucking? It's not even an ape, is it?
That's an
What is it?
orangutan, I think.
It's an orangutan, right?
Yeah,
Oh, all the same species, isn't it?
yeah, you know, primates, mate.
How
Primates
dare
are
you, how
hilarious.
dare
All throw their own shit and fucking laugh, eat bananas.
Mm. Fuck, I love bananas.
Fuck
you.
it.
Terrible.
Do you like bananas, Dale?
Love bananas.
Yeah, big man.
Are they good for you? High in potassium.
Oh, you beat me to it. You beat me to it.
It's all about that big letter K.
It's all about the special.
Special.
So, I was driving past, on the way home from work, I was driving past a car accident today.
Oh yeah, shit.
And actually, it looked
Get out and
alright.
help?
Like, from what I see. Nah, I mean I wouldn't anyway. Help me! You help me! I'm like, I got music
You're like,
there, but I really. I have dinner at 6 o'clock every night. You are not ruining this.
I
I
got
know the
somewhere to
travel time.
be.
Yeah. I just want to get my hands. I spent all day physically working. I have to lift you out of your burning vehicle. That's just that draws a life. I'll leave it to the professionals. No,
Sure, your kid
they're
will
all
be
fine.
fine.
People get paid for
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah, people get paid. Yeah. Well, okay, I'll build up a contract for you. Email it out to your team, and you could. Once we decide an hourly rate, then I'll save your life.
Help me. Let me just get my invoice.
Yeah, you sign here, and your bank details here. Thank you. Alrighty. You've selected the basic package. I can save you, but not all your limbs. No. Well, I was just trying to pass. It was mostly sorted out. Like you can't, that point where you can't even see the people or the paramedics, right? Or you see people to the side, but they've taken the effort, maybe have needed to take in just car damage. But it just actually had me curious. It had me thinking, I guess, because I personally have never been in a car accident. Not even as a child or anything. I was just wondering if any of you guys have had any experience.
Not a fender bender, nothing.
I've had literally nothing. Like the closest I've had it to is someone rolled into my car for sure, but that was like at 4 a.m. when we were both like 17, and we were just being dickheads with our cars. So we just rolled into it, and we left a little dent in the side, like a driver's side door. But I had a laugh, and we just punched it out, and it was still there in the car until I sold it, like 4 years later. But I mean, I liked that as a little love bump. That was funny to me.
I remember that. I remember that dent.
Yeah, it feels to be. I had one of many. But no proper accidents at all. Nothing.
Never been in anything. No.
Same boat, actually. Yeah, same boat. I don't know.
Safe?
I guess,
I'm
yeah.
just a fucking exceptional driver, just.
No accidents. Interesting.
But I haven't even had a passenger. I've been in a lot of scary rides, so to speak, with some people who I'm like, it's a matter of time until you get into an accident.
Yeah. I mean, that's inevitable. I mean, you always like, you get in the lift and you're just like, great, now I'm fucking in a car with this like absolute hoon who has their learners. Like, I don't know, it happens.
We had a fender bender, Jake, that one time, reversing out of your driveway.
Oh, yeah, that was, I guess that was, that did hit you off a bit.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah,
my car was fine.
Your car was alright.
Her car wasn't.
Her car still isn't, I don't think.
I know.
That's hilarious. No, it really lovely, just backing out of a driveway and backed into someone's car.
It's alright, it happens.
My car, yeah.
It's a Daniel's car, that's a little paint,
boy.
The old paint swap. But otherwise, it wasn't too bad.
The amount of times I've had people like paint swap with my fucking car at work or something like that while I'm parked. Like, I've got so many weird, like, such weird spots too.
Door dents and
the door one's like inevitable. Like, I've got a few of those, but like even like really strange spots I've got paint swapped, and I have no idea how people have done it. It was like the one time where I was actually working and I actually had like one of our delivery drivers come into the store. He's like, "Does anyone own this car?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "It's just been hit." I'm like, "How?" It's parked on it like where a fence is, and there's literally no way you could hit it unless you turned into it. He's like, "I don't know, man, but like some lady just reversed out and hit your car."
Wow.
And like absolutely dented the hell out of my bumper.
Bet she left a note for you too.
No, she drove off, and that's why he came in. But here's the thing: he got the license, like the registration plate. He's like, "Here, just give this to your insurance or whatever." So I did that. She paid out the ass for that one, I'll bet.
Yeah, good work.
I'll just say, you did hit that wombat.
Ah, yeah, I did hit a wombat once.
Oh,
Does that count as an accident?
Even I know this story.
Yeah, I mean,
that kind of
Hang on a second. You're in that car.
Hang on a second, I was in that car. There were screams all around it. There was blood and guts underneath your car.
Oh, God.
I mean, yeah, to elaborate the story.
But that was on purpose. We saw it was there, and we still, like, Alex,
come on, man.
Wombat here, right? Alex's car, like all the way here, and then Alex just suddenly just turns, we're doing our 110. I'm like, "Alex, Wombat." He's like, "Yeah, I see it." And he just ran over it.
How many points did I get?
Yeah, it was disgusting.
So you never been to anything,
Dale?
Dale?
So that was fun.
What about you, Dale?
Have I any accident? I have. When I was younger, I had my first car I ever bought was a Nissan Silvia, a 200 SX, an S15.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Much
fuck.
too powerful for a young teenager as
No.
first car.
So you're the reason there's laws in place now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember that car got defected as well. It had a blow-off valve that went in the atmosphere. But yeah, went around a corner a bit too fast. This was on Franklin Street, slid straight into a pedestrian light and
Oh my
drove
god!
it around the corner.
Oh my god! Dale,
You better say pedestrian,
sideways?
old man.
don't pause after pedestrians.
Slid
like,
straight
oh,
into a
I heard
pedestrian.
Story.
As far as I'm aware, no one was hurt, so that's a big positive.
Oh
Did you
boy.
drive off?
The girlfriend at the time, she said she was
Oh,
in the
girl,
back,
eh? Oh.
and her face hit the back of the front
Oh.
seat, and you know, like where you see in movies, like a perfect imprint of their face.
Yeah.
That is actually what happens.
Really?
Like, perfect imprint of the
Holy
face.
shit. No joke.
Pretty fun.
Was she alright?
Yeah, you have to. Yes, unfortunately.
Take her to the hospital?
No, she was fine. She was fine. My mate that was in the front, in the passenger seat, he hit the windscreen and
Wait,
got a little bit of a bump
did you say she was your girlfriend?
at the time.
And why was she sitting in the back?
Oh, you know, bros before hoes. It's just the way it happened to work out.
A brain of man, everybody. Back up soon.
I said it was about men's mental health. Never said anything about women's mental health.
Could you imagine you do
Oh,
something
shit.
cool? Hi, I have a. I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you get a.
Oh
Get
my
an
god.
email or a little request. Oh, I'm struggling like a female. See ya. No.
Yeah, try to find brain of woman, alright? I'm sure it's out there.
Oh,
That's
dear.
Fucking hell. Yeah,
That
Jesus
sounds like a pretty
Christ.
serious one, though. So what, you go up on the
Yeah,
curb?
wrote the car off and tried to get the insurance claim through, but when I went to the hospital, my
Clearly
excuse,
fucked it up.
my excuse for going in there was I tripped over and fell. So the insurance company wanted to see that, and it didn't quite match up to the happenings. So
Yeah.
never got that claim, which
Bit out of
totally makes
pocket.
sense.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds like they did their job properly.
They did, the assessor on that occasion did do his job properly.
So if anyone wants an Uber driver, Dale does Uber.
It was a very long time ago, boys. This is a good half of
Look
my
at you now,
life ago.
mate. And
Yeah.
look at you now. You're a fucking doctor, fucking podcast, brain
Yeah,
of
they're
man.
saving lives, mate, now.
Here we
Basically,
Not
yeah.
just saving lives, he's
Here we
making
go.
lives. He's making lives.
He's a birth giver. That's what he's spreading his seed.
Wonder how that works. I'm glad I'm going to uni to learn that.
Yeah.
What, pregnancy?
Yeah, how you make life.
He's doing biology, that's it.
Aren't you older than us? Shouldn't you
Only a
know
little
this shit?
bit.
Aren't you
Only
a
a little bit.
doctor? Shouldn't you know this shit?
You're qualified, mate. You're qualified.
Just because he's
Yeah,
qualified
top
doesn't mean he knows
individual.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, the top of individual certification, mate.
Yeah. That's globally recognised
That's
by
all I
us
need.
three.
That is all I need. I'm going to go very far in life now. Thank you, boys.
You're welcome, mate. Anything else we could do for you?
Hey,
You
man,
name it,
you let us
done.
know. We're rigorous testing.
Very kind, boys.
Are you qualified? Yeah. All right.
Yes.
All right. Good enough. Good
When
enough.
you get qualifications, top individuals with a Z.
Perfect.
You know, we did contemplate doing it with a Z for a while, I'll tell you. But
It was a hard
was-
decision.
it was a
up
hard
in the
decision.
discussion, but
Took several experts.
Yeah, and we were all of them. That's why it took so long.
You had a board meeting and everything, went to general vote. Love it.
Yep.
exactly. I was to say, has anyone got any questions for Dale here about his podcast?
Are you asking Twitch or me?
Honestly,
You
Alex,
guys.
yeah, I'm about to say,
Yeah,
I've
I thought you had a little notepad there. Question.
for reference. So, Matt, so you've watched an episode, right? Or two?
I watched one episode about
Right.
the dealing with breakups, just because
Oh,
of
that
him on a
was-
personal
yeah, that-
level.
I don't know
That
why.
was
I don't know why I would. That's weird.
Yeah.
I've watched all the episodes, so I feel like it's I feel like Dale could just I could just explain. All right, so don't speak
Go
to my
for it.
client. It goes no, this is all you. But I'm saying, questions wise, it should be you, Matzo, and Alex asking the questions here.
That's a good point.
While
Yeah, that was a really
viewers
popular
watch
one actually, Matt. So that one, yeah, that Mark actually just broke up with.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
was a bit
say
confused.
it was very personal. You could tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was really struggling at the time, and he felt like there was a lot of emotions that he wanted to discuss and let out, and I think that was quite healing for him, which is surprising. Like sometimes all you need to do is talk about it and let it out, and have someone listen, and for whatever reason, it helps you move on and let go and process and deal with those emotions. But as men, we don't really have many people that we can talk to. The general response you'll get from someone, especially if you're a bloke, like imagine if you're a tradie and you're at work on site, it's like, hey mate, I'm struggling, like I'm feeling a bit down today, and it's like, fuck off, you dickhead, go fucking dig that hole. Like you just wouldn't have that conversation.
Yeah.
So it's it was.
And is
Sorry,
Mark like the same age as you?
Mark's a little bit younger. He's 3 or 4 years younger, but yeah, similar age. Yeah, we're definitely what you would call mature age, I guess.
So he was divorced for a while, and then were they holding off like signing off the papers?
Yeah, so for whatever reason, that strung out for a really long time for him. So that was quite difficult.
And why is that? Because they thought they might get back together or something, or
I actually don't know why. It's hard to know without hearing both sides of the story there. I don't really talk to his ex-wife very much, so I only hear from his side.
No, it was very interesting.
So,
that story,
did you guys, I guess, like, sort of branched it off of that? Did you guys start the podcast like during his breakup, or was it something that just sort of happened to happen during it?
It just sort of happened. Yeah, yeah.
It's good timing for that, I guess, like to be able to have that outlet in a way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so Mark was going to uni at the time, and as you do when you go to uni, you do start having a bit of spare time, and I was always looking to do something that would take me out of my, I guess, shell. Like I've always struggled with public speaking and trying to convey my words correctly and talk in public. So it was really good for me to want to do that. That was a big driver for me. And mental health has always been something that I've kind of been passionate about. Like, I think what changed my mind with that, and I might have talked about this in one of the podcasts, is when I was younger, I had panic attacks, but I didn't know they were panic attacks. So I thought it was something wrong with me physically. And every doctor that I went to would lead to that, and I'd go, I'm not crazy. So I'd go to the next doctor, and I'd keep looping. And there was one doctor, and he was a young doctor, and he said to me in perfect words for the way I needed to hear it. He said, Dale, I think you need to go and have a chat to a psychologist. And if he proves you right, or if he proves me wrong, so be it. And that brought my wall down. And I went and had a chat with a psychologist, and it turns out he was perfectly right. Wow. And ever since then, I've acknowledged and understand what a panic attack is and never had one since. I can feel the onset on one, but I know what it is, and I can now go through the process of dealing with what I need to do to stop it from taking over my body.
Fuck.
So that changed my mind on men's health and men's physical health and mental health. So I really wanted to talk about that and just let other men know, like, sometimes you just need to fucking talk to a quack. Like, I think that's what my dad used to call a doctor or a psychologist was a quack. Like, it's a very difficult thing for men to admit that they might need to go seek help, let alone mental help.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean...
Yeah, there's a big thing...
That's right, you go, yeah.
Oh, so no, there's a big thing in the community. It's interesting where we're sort of talking about like therapy, right? Like, that's what this is. You know, that's what to go see a psychologist. You know, they refer to it as therapy. But in the community, what they're trying to do is they're trying to really like go. You know, it's not something. It doesn't mean you're broken. You know, it's not like having to go to the hospital or even going to the doctors. Like, any healthy person can still sort of go and get something out of it. Like, it is literally just a massage for your mind and for your soul. Like, that's what it is. It's just like going to the chiropractor, just sort of adjusting yourself. You know, you're a little bit off tilt, you know, you're slouching or whatever, your posture's off. Maybe some part is sore longer than it needs to be sore. Like, you've gone, this isn't just I've worked too much, you've put a knot somewhere in your back, but instead it's your brain. And that's what you go there, they sort of, you know, spend an hour session in there. And if it's something more serious, you go back a few more times, or something, you know, a bit more withstanding. But that's been one of the, while I was studying, that was one of the things that they were discussing. Like, how do we make this more approachable? How do we make it not a big deal? Because so many people, oh, you're seeing a psychologist? Oh, you must have X, Y, Z. And you're like,
Yeah,
I just had,
there's a
I
big
had a
stigma.
tough time. Because to know how to unpack your own emotions, like and how to process the feelings you have from what could be a traumatic experience like that requires a lot of not only emotional intelligence, it requires a lot of like base knowledge of that sort of stuff and the right steps to do, and it also requires a lot of self-reflection and self-understanding, and that's not something that will come naturally to most people, because you kind of have to face the facts, I guess. Sometimes that's your own insecurities, and or flaws, how you view yourself in ways you don't like, sort of to get through that. Like with a breakup, sometimes it comes down to a breakup is, if it's mutual, it's whatever. But sometimes, you are in some ways at fault, right? Sometimes you're not. Sometimes it's just the person absolutely batshit crazy, and you're like, boom, gone. But when it's those real murky water ones, you kind of go, all right. Sometimes, that I was to blame. I did this. I should have done this better, and then you have to accept that and go through it.
First step is acknowledging yourself, I guess.
Yeah, and the role you played in it. I think it's tough, but it's interesting because I like your podcast. Cause I agree, it's interesting. In terms of mental health for men, it feels like something still is stigmatized, and you hear a lot that people feel stigmatized.
Well, just not even just for men, in general. Like if you
I get a larger scope, definitely.
Yeah, you go to a doctor with a broken leg, you get seen pretty much straight away. You go to a doctor to ask for mental help, you go on like a 6-month waiting list sometimes.
Yeah.
Before you get help, like I'm suicidal. Okay, book in. I can see you in 3 months. Like it's mind blowing. Like
and a
3
lot of that
months,
does
you could be in a dark place.
It comes down to the doctors and stuff as well. Like with my own experience, my doctor was fantastic. Like I guess he saw the signs even pretty early when it was something that I was like, it's not depression, it's not this, it's something else. He was like, well, let's just go see this. But look how what you had with your final doctor.
Yeah, the right wording is so good.
Like, let's just go try this out, see what they get out of it, and then so I was just like, you're on a watch. You have to contact me every week. You have to see your doctor every other week.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
great, dude.
You got better with the steps. But what I find interesting though is when it comes to stuff like mental health and stuff, and I guess your own emotions and feelings. I've always felt like, even as a guy, most of my life, I've actually been able to talk about that with my friends and that. I've always been very open about all my mental health issues. Whenever I've met someone, I've always gone, oh, what's this? I've always gone, like, I've told them what I've gone through. And I've always gone, if you want to talk about it, like, I'm always down to talk about it. So I find it interesting, I guess I call it lucky, like my social circle. I feel like we can all talk to each other about our biggest issues that we have, our biggest insecurities and stuff we go through. But I do feel like what your podcast does is good, but I feel like there are a lot of people out there who don't have that.
They don't have that
support network in terms of their friends, and that's just shit to think about because man, it's got to be through some tough shit to cry out in front of your boys. Just go, this sucks. But it's what you need. It's super cathartic.
Yeah,
good for the soul.
Literally, sometimes that's all you need. You just needed to say it out loud and have someone hear it.
Because it sort of actualizes it and makes it not just some
takes the
stupid thought in
pressure
your head.
off you as well.
Yeah, and just to know that it's okay to have those emotions and that you have that support, that people acknowledge that's okay, dude. You're feeling like shit right now. It sounds so cliche, but it won't last forever. Eventually, just.
It's crazy how that is, right? It's crazy how that is. Eventually, you hit a point where you can't even remember the pain.
Yeah.
You remember the event that happened and it did this, and you remember it being painful, but you can't remember the exact feeling, because briefly after you still remember that feeling, and sometimes maybe hints of it are still there, and it's easy to dabble back into it if you were to let yourself. But after a while, you kind of oh yeah, that was really rough, and then you're like, I don't know how it was though. You can't always chew. You're like, yeah, it's a pretty bad breakup. Hey, pretty fucking wild.
Every breakup, and I'm really bad with breakups too. Like I take months sometimes to get over them. Like I dwell on what I did wrong, and I dwell on the feeling.
Right? There's no right or wrong way to, I guess, get over it. I mean, there's definitely a wrong way.
But sometimes to that person right then in that moment, that was the right way. That's the fuck thing.
I'm curious. What's your favorite episode that you've got of your podcast?
I do remember we briefly talked about.
If you want someone to jump in,
my response here. I don't listen to our podcast.
No. Of course
not. Put them up there.
You remember what you talked about though?
I really enjoyed the one about breakups. The reason I really liked that it was really just me and Mark talking.
That's episode 7.
we really didn't do much other than like I was laying on my bedroom floor, like we were just chatting.
Mark just walked in.
Yeah, I just got to keep the volume down a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just chilling, talking. Like he was lying on the floor, I was lying on my bed. Like we were just having a real genuine mate to mate conversation. Like
it was very personal,
caring about each other and really wanting I really wanted him to be able to get through that. So.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think that's what I was saying to Alex as well, and I've said it to you. What I liked most about the podcast was more how it is just sort of like you guys aren't experts in the field, so to speak, of how it is. You're just two guys who are sort of both trying to like share your perspective and sort of not only your current understanding or your understanding that you had, but also like you guys sort of were developing more and sort of bouncing off each other and coming to your own realizations. So like I liked throughout the episode, you guys were like, oh yeah, maybe that is
discovering
how
new things as you were talking.
And I think it was really cool to watch that. And sometimes, there were some episodes where it was maybe, mostly Mark talking, and you were just sort of there for him, just sort of affirming or, then giving your own take. And, you could hear the light bulbs go off. And I feel like that's what I liked. You had a good dynamic, and I really enjoyed the idea of watching, hearing two people grow throughout the episodes within each topic. And sometimes you guys came in with an understanding and you brought your past history to it and said, that's how I am now, which in my personal, I'm referring to my favorite episode, which is knee-jerk reactions. I kind of like your view on knee-jerk reactions and how you sort of learn to tame them and the difference it makes. And
once those words are out, you can't take them back. It doesn't matter if you met them or not. Once they're out,
especially when you're streaming online.
Streaming online, you say the wrong word. You make a very good point, because no matter how, it doesn't even matter what you meant behind the words. The only thing that actually matters is how the person who hears them interprets them, because that's the feelings they're going to hold on to. Once they've made those feelings, the amount, they're there, that's it. You can repair them, you can change it, but that takes time, and the damage is done. You're fixing a problem now.
Oh yeah,
You can't undo it, so to speak. So, but I really that's what I really liked about it. I think it was a cool dynamic, and I really liked just hearing you guys sort of speak openly.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a long time since we did that. I'm trying my best to get Mark back in to reboot it. He's busy in other aspects of his life right now, but there is a potential there might be someone else taking over in the near future. So
we'll see, mate. We'll see. It sounds exciting.
Oh, I wonder who it could be.
Could be anyone. Could be a top individual. We
don't
know.
Could be.
We don't know.
Might have a crossover.
It's hard to say.
Top individual health.
Brain of individuals. This out. We segue. Every top individual podcast has 20 minutes of brain of man just inserted in it. This is our health segment. So, ladies, switch off. This is brain of man.
What do they do on bloody TikTok? Now that's just the boys.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can you guys help me finish this mission in Halo Reach? Now that it's just the boys. Can you check out my golf swing? Now that it's just the boys. Just keeps on going.
I feel like that's our podcast half the time.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never seen it, so.
You need to get TikTok, mate.
Yeah, you're just not on TikTok.
No, mate, I ain't touching.
Mate, look.
Dale, mate, we stay away from that.
Are you kidding me? Dale uses TikTok more than anyone else.
I deleted it, mate.
Yeah, he says that, and then he downloads it the next week.
Yeah, look.
It's like a
mental health
that you just keep going back.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Dude, you know what? TikTok. Okay, I was in the same boat. I'm like, nah. I'm not using this stupid fucking kids weird app for like Chinese government spies. I'm like, nah, not touching it. This is not.
I think I was the earliest.
You were the earliest, and you were hiding it. You were like, yeah, I might be on it. And so you were showing me, you were showing me all these like dances and shit. I'm like, I don't care, man. Like, fuck, this is bullshit. Anyway, I'm like, you know what? Benefit the doubt. I was up late one night. I couldn't sleep. You know how it is, mate. Men's mental health. You're just up all night thinking about nothing, right? You're just like, fuck, here we go, whatever. Anyway, I'm like, fuck it, I'll download TikTok. And they're like, the first thing they asked me is like, where are you from? I'm like, Australia. And all I'm getting is Australian TikToks. I'm like, I don't care about all these farmers like showing me their dogs and shit, like whatever. And then eventually you start finding like some kind of funny ones. You're like, alright, that's pretty good. And it just learns what you like. And you're like,
I think also
alright, monkeys.
Yeah, I think also I help speed up the process a bit because this is what you want. So if you're jumping into TikTok, if you somehow aren't on it yet for whatever reason, and you want to get to what is known as good shit, when you first get on it, it's going to be weird. It's just going to be, it's got to basically be on like YouTube without having an account. It's going to be whatever's top charting. That's weird shit. The algorithm picks up what you like very, very quickly. And a way to just like speed run through that is to get someone who's already on it, who's like a friend who has similar humor interests as you, just send like 10 or 20 that they've liked, send it straight to you, and it'll pick up pretty quickly because you're in the same area. Like Alex and I would get the same. We wish it sometimes, very rarely, it will be super in sync, and like 4 TikToks in a row that we have are just the same ones, and like I only have maybe 5,000 likes to them.
Yeah.
And then it goes even deeper and pivots into our own personal deeper niches where we don't even share them with each other because we're just like, this is funny.
Sometimes it's kind of weird. You get you get friends who do it as well.
We get friends. I have friends now. I have one that's just Alex follows her, so it popped up on mine. And then you get like real local ones where like it has one like, the TikTok is completely random, has no subject to it or anything, like it's not even like humorous, it's just like, I don't know, someone laughing late at night, and I'm like, I know this street, and it's like
downloading right now.
Yeah, he's getting it.
You hit a point where you hit a humor point where it is spot on. It knows what you like, because it's not even just liking them. It's the amount of like seconds you spend on it. It's like, okay, so you clearly will just let it run like 4 times in a row. We know you like that sound or that guy, and it will just like have that.
It's fucking
You hit a gold
smart.
mine, and then you're swimming through shit for ages because you're chasing the next gold mine. And then you're like, in one night, you have a friend you're sending them to, you have like 10, and you're like, sorry, you're sending the messenger. Hey man, sorry for the spam. I don't expect you to read it now, but these are some funny TikToks.
The best thing to do is not overuse it either, because otherwise it'll think that you're liking the videos that it's just sending you after it runs out of the ones that are really good.
Yeah.
So if you don't use it, if you don't use it for a little while, it's like, all right, here's some fucking gold you've missed, and you just go through it and you're like, oh fuck, that's good, and you just it gives you all this really good fucking.
Fuck, that's good.
You're like, oh, this is top shit.
I use it too much, and I end up swimming in shit for a little while.
I'm just trying to use my phone less and less. Now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'd like to say the same, but I got too much time on my hands.
Yeah, take it back to the old times, you know?
Where you just sit in your room and do nothing all day, yeah?
Yeah, just put your dick in your hand and fucking off to the races.
Who's coming on first, mate?
Yeah.
Me. It's always me.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
we'll see.
Nah, it's fun. Just don't overuse it, basically. But like anything, mate, in moderation.
Yeah, baby. Just like women, mate, in moderation.
Boy. And that's why we've got you here, mate.
Yeah, well.
You say the things that we can't.
Shit. That's what we get paid for, innit?
Yeah, the big money that we get. How's our donations going, mate? They're off the charts, aren't they?
Mate.
They're literally off the charts. They're not on there.
Yeah, they're not on there. They're too far below. The chart refuses.
Yeah.
Boys.
If you are watching and you do want to donate, please feel free.
It's in our about section on Twitch. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I think
you.
$1 is the minimum.
$1 US, $1 US is the minimum. I tested it.
Feel free. Feel pressure.
Actually, you know what?
We agreed to like maybe 10% of that or something. Wasn't that the agreement?
Dale, you're a guest here,
10
so
cents if you want,
you're actually meant to be paying us. But, you know.
But, you know, don't even bother donating $1. Like, donate like 10 to make it worthwhile, because what the fuck are we going to do with $1? So.
I mean, I might use it on something. I don't know what, but we'll get a bag of lollies or, I don't know. Get a paddle pop from the school canteen.
Is like $4.
I got a paddle pop from the school canteen, mate. All I have to do is bring my own 30 cents.
Still in school?
That's it.
Fucking loser.
Whatever. I'm young, alright? I failed year 5 a few times.
You can tell by the beard how young he is. He's definitely still...
Hey, I had this in high school, alright, mate? No different.
Yeah.
It was a bit patchy, yeah, sure, but it was still there.
I still barely grow facial hair. It's embarrassing. I just realised you're all bearded men, and I'm just like...
Yeah, but mine...
Oh, yeah, too.
Mine's
Teach me, men. Teach me.
Nah.
I might just shave my beard and leave the old...
You guys guys just do an alternate podcast to have a hair of man, a face of man, just have little facial hair, just you know.
Have you got a hairy body, Dale?
I do not.
Lucky.
There is some hair, but I wouldn't say hairy.
You're lucky,
I'm
mate.
a bit hairless as well.
Alright, you both. Everyone here is lucky. Alright,
I am.
I've got enough hair for all
completely
3 years, mate. You want some? Fucking hell.
Yeah, you got excess, mate.
A lot.
Mate, you're sending out a plumber monthly.
Mate, anyone who's
Yeah,
seen my
yeah,
legs
right.
knows, like, look at this, look at this, look at this. What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, you waxed yesterday, and that's how fast it's growing back.
Bro,
I'm pretty
legit.
sure you just violated terms of use for Twitch.
Nah, man, I've seen those
In your
girls show
video.
show their fucking feet on Twitch, mate. I've seen that.
Yeah.
This
I'll
is
start wearing
Twitch.
fucking
This is a
bikinis.
state of like half of like just chatting on Twitch at the moment. Oh, I'm just talking about the new game that just got released. Ooh.
You know what Twitch fought phase I like best?
Which one?
I liked the chalkboard one. Where they
Chalkboard?
would get up because it was like, oh, we have a new subscriber, and they would get up in their short shorts or leggings. And get down
Oh.
this chalkboard, and
They
they're like,
do
right.
not.
Yeah, and they like bend over and
They
go.
used to do
"Ooh."
that, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Thank you, XX
So,
pussies.
Like
playing
this,
Fortnite.
like this.
Yeah. And then just
Oop. Yep. One.
we got another
Oh.
subscriber. Thanks for the
I wish
donation.
I was a woman. I wish I was a woman sometimes. I would have made so much
Ah.
money on Twitch.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't relate to Brain a Man, so.
Hey, it's
do
good
think
for
that's
all
sometimes.
boys.
If I was a half decent looking woman, I'd be straight on OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
You're halfway there, mate. Just gotta be a woman.
Shit.
Straight on there. Why
Dude,
not?
legit? I reckon. Yeah, I reckon I would. Fuck it, why not?
I'd be
If
on
people
OnlyFans
pay for it,
for half,
sure.
Bro, are you kidding me?
I mean, my family's pretty progressive. I think they'd understand.
I'd be hiding my face at the start though. A face reveal would be
Ah.
like a big one.
I reckon.
No
I
one
reckon.
knows,
Nah.
no one knows who the
Face is
fuck
the whole
I am
thing.
anyway, so I wouldn't know.
I know you
So
guys
everything.
going straight for spread eagle. I already
Yeah.
know that's your opening pick. That's like your free DM you send out as a reason to join the OnlyFans. Like,
Legit.
alright, and then
Fuck it. Posting on
Wow.
Reddit, hey boys, come and see my beautiful legs. And it's just me going like this on fucking like, here's my only. Fuck it, why not? I want the world to see, you know. That's it.
you just open a cruiser with your pussy. That'd be your video.
Yeah.
Down the hatch,
Oh,
boys.
can you imagine just
Yeah.
what's leaking? I can't tell. It's yellow, but oh god.
Good.
I hope it was a fucking
at
lemon
least we're
cruiser.
ending on a high note. That's what really matters here. We're sophisticated, just like Brain of Man. What, you think just because they talk about mental health issues, we don't talk about serious stuff?
Oh,
You
shit.
don't think tomatoes and what season they're in matters? But it does. It
Does.
does.
Tomatoes
That's-
are definitely a like proven fucking mood booster, and they taste alright, so they've got to be good.
High in water content, which is good.
High in water, and water hydrates your brain. Of man.
We're
Yeah,
pushing this
so-
for you, mate. We're trying to help you
Yeah.
out as much as we can.
If you're watching this on Twitch, YouTube, whatever, make sure you go check out Dale and Mark on is it iTunes podcast. Is that what
We're on
They're
everything.
on Apple, they're on Spotify, they're even on
On
some other
iTunes,
small
Spotify.
ones.
You'll
They're a lot
find
more
it if you just
sophisticated.
Google Brain of Man podcast.
There's a little
Quite
Facebook page.
interesting.
Facebook.
message
They've got
even.
everything. They've got every. You can contact them if you need help.
They're nice and
with
short.
anything.
They're nice and short too, so you
Yeah.
can listen to it, you know, just before bed or on the bus on
Yeah,
your
the
way to
longest
work.
one's about 35 minutes. It's kind of cool. It's a real. Yeah, I guess they are real.
Mm.
They don't do it live, of course, so it's pre-recorded, which sort of means they get rid of some of the ums and ahs and dead air. And you know, if they do, I guess, go off topic, like we did with the car accident. You know, if they go off topic with that, you know, they actually they cut that out and they bring themselves back in. So the content, it's you know, it's short, but it's real.
So,
Concise.
directed.
Yeah, it's real concise. It's real packed. So yeah, like the longest episode is 33 minutes, and that's like only the last two.
Yeah, that's nice and short. Unlike us, mate. Nah, there's no Twitch channel for them, Hudson. Unlike us, we just like to ramble on for way too long and talk shit. And
Look, we do this for us and Hudson. That's
We literally-
it.
I mean,
I don't know
Love it.
anyone else
if
that do
Hudson
this for.
wasn't here, we would have ended on
What a
episode 1.
fucking top man. He's stuck around. What a man.
He's just a champion, man.
I put on this suit for Hudson every time I get on
I,
the go.
all right, look, I'm gonna make a
And that's
confession
why
here.
Hudson gets pussy, because he knows what he wants.
Jesus.
I'm making a confession here. Like, we wear these suits as like a bit of a, it's a bit of a, show. Like, it's kind of nice. But fuck me, it is like it's now just autumn in Australia. It's been summer for the last 3 months. It's fucking hot. I'm sweating balls. You can probably see from my forehead how much sweat. Look at this. Look how much I'm sweating. I have a fan under here. Look at this fan that's on my legs right now. Like, this is the only reason I'm like able to do this podcast for so long. You like.
Yeah, his balls sweat like crazy. That's why he's got the fan there.
Legitimately, like, I
Falling his
swear,
nut sacks down.
it needs to happen. Like, fuck.
Funny. That's funny.
But yeah, look, just let you guys in a little secret there.
Yeah.
That one's for you, Hudson. Love you. Yeah, we'll send you the Spotify link. You know what? Let's put it in the chat right now. Let's put the Spotify link.
Can we put it, in the
Hold
chat?
on a minute.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. Let me find it. Brain of Man,
I mean, we can put it on YouTube as well.
Spotify. Here it is.
You're very sweet, guys.
That's alright. We're here to help you out, mate.
Mate, share us
Yeah,
around,
keep
Hudson,
it-
mate.
keep
Share
an
us
eye out. There
around.
might be a unexpected reboot
want-
here of the
I want,
old
I
Brainer
want, I
Man.
want the UK scenes to know about us, mate.
Yep.
Because we're fucking gassed, mate. We're fucking gassed. We do a fucking brilliant UK impression.
Collectively or you?
Collectively.
Okay.
That's just you.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good podcast. I think everyone will get something out of it. Like, even if it's not like entirely your shtick. Like, I'm one of those people that's very happy-go-lucky. I don't really care about mental health until it's way too late. So it's it's usually it's nice to be able to draw on these thoughts after I've thought about it.
Here for mental health. Just
listen to
wait
me.
until it's too late. You've heard it here first.
Hey,
boys.
look,
I'm the worst person with my own mental health. I couldn't care. I'm always like, I should be right.
we're all pretty
I'll sort it out when it
destructive.
comes to it.
Yeah.
That's it. So I was like, you gave me the advice to do this straight away. Oh, yeah, that was for you. I'm different.
Yep.
I'm built different.
I'm built
I'm
different.
built different, bruv.
I'm
I'm a fucking man. I do things different.
Not me.
Fuck.
Anyway, we'll better end it there.
Yeah, look.
I always love those. I'm like, before we end it, those built different things are so funny to me. When I saw that, man, shit would be different as I was alive during World War II. I would have stopped Hitler myself and just built different. So it was like, my grandma died in an Auschwitz camp. He's like, rest in peace to your grandma, but I'm just built
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Hey,
different.
a whole
Jesus
generation, mate, is built different.
We'll end it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
More importantly,
Thanks for
thanks
having me
for
on,
coming on.
boys.
Dale.
Yeah, thanks,
I love
Dale.
speaking to you.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Thank you so much for joining us, Dale. Much appreciated. You've given
Very
us
welcome.
content for a week, so it saves me reading the fucking news. Fuck that. It's too hard anyways now. Fucking Facebook blocked everything. Fucking hell.
That's getting appealed, but we keep on talking other
Yeah.
stuff. That's already fixed.
It's alright. Yeah.
We'll talk about it next episode, alright?
Talk about it another time. Who cares anyway? It's old news. Fuck
Yeah.
it. We're talking about new stuff. We're talking about stuff that's not even real yet.
Alex, mate, just get us off live. Get me.
Alright, let me just discuss something. No, I'm kidding.
No, you motherfucker.
Alright. We love you all. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and thanks for keeping us afloat. And it's nice to have another week of top individuals.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
Hudson.
Take care, boys and girls, and
And Hudson, mainly Hudson.
Hudson. We love you,
Yeah,
Hudson.
mate. Especially
White
Hudson.
supremacy. I mean, no.
Let's just call it there. All right. Thanks, everyone.
That's
Goodbye.
like to YouTube. We might cut that out.
You know what? I'll leave it in. See what happens. Oh. Goodbye.